See, Aaron, the way I see you, I'm trying this out really quick, the Zoom with the YouTube, because I'm gonna have guests this week. And I would like for you guys once a week to be a guest, like once a week on my See, Aaron, the way I see you, I'm trying this out really quick, the Zoom with the YouTube, because I'm gonna have guests this week. And I would like for you guys once a week to be a guest, like once a week on my See, Aaron, the way I see you, okay, so this is what I gotta fix here. This is what I have to fix. I have to fix that. Something's happening when I'm going into the YouTube. It's double talking. I don't know why.
You have both audio on. Do you have your phone on? You can only have one audio on.
Should I take the YouTube audio off or?
Yeah, like at work, if I'm on my phone and my computer.
I'm not on my phone though. I'm not on my phone. That's the thing. I'm not. I'm only on the computer. That's what's confusing me. And I have to
maybe somehow it sounds like a double audio.
It does sound like a double. Wait, you know what's crazy here? Now that I'm 1 second. Now that I am doing this here, and I'm here and I know I'm live on YouTube, I see, look, now it's working. I get it. Let me see now. Watch this. I got it. I see what I was doing. I was opening YouTube on my computer and Zoom. And so let me see now, because I know we're live on YouTube as well right now. If you guys don't mind, because I would like, yep, there we go. I think we got action. Let me see. Now it's working. I get it. Let me see now. Watch this. I got it. I see what I was doing. I was opening YouTube on my computer and Zoom. And
yay!
So we're live. All right. So guys, on YouTube right now, can you guys just type "we hear you"? Everything's good right now, because I am live on Zoom and we are doing our classes. So we are. Is it working? Are we good? Can you guys see us right now? Because I see the chat, but I'm not going to play the video because then it double talks. So I figured out how to do this. Now I can have guests easily. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh my God. And tonight we're doing a class, guys. So okay. We are cooking with peanut butter and oil, babes. Yes! Finally, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, this was bugging me for 3 days. So guys, welcome to class tonight. Okay. We got you guys in our class tonight and we're very happy to have you. Are you guys okay with everybody joining us? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Because I want you guys to be here tonight because Erin is going through a personal transformation and she happens to be one of the people that I see as like mini me, okay? And maybe she doesn't know that, but like I see her as a person. We have everybody in our class there. And welcome, Mariah. You're hiding your face, girl. It's all right. We have a lot of different personalities in my class right now. Some people are not here, but they'll probably be here. So I wanted to have you guys join tonight because I am going to talk about something very special that I'm learning with myself. And I wanted Erin to actually share what she's going through with her personal journey. And, she has a lot of wisdom and I want her to step into the wisdom and letting people know her journey because she's like the next healer. I'm going to say she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to do this, and I'm saying everybody in here is going to do something like that. But everybody in here is kind of like they're finding out what they are. And Erin does some deep personal work. And so I want her to kind of like give you guys a rundown of what she's been experiencing and what she's been going through. And I'm going to have everybody else also do that. Speak and express to us what you've been experiencing, what you've been going through, where you're at today, so that our energy can, you're so smart, Flo. You're smart. So our energy right now today, I see people here as, okay. So when I started this journey, obviously I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to be good at it one day. Like I'm going to be even better at it. And then I said, you know what I want to do? I want to make it so when I get to that level, I could have students that become just as, you know what I'm saying? Just as live as I am and doing as much as, because we all need a team here, right? We're working together here. So that was my goal. My intention is to have other people be able to step in. Give me 1 second, you guys. Try this out. Erin, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. All right. Is the sound different or does the sound quality different? Same? Okay, because all right. So Erin, can you start with just sharing your personal journey or whatever you want to share? Just I want people to hear it and um get into what we have going on here, where we're at in this part of our journey.
Well, I think like everybody here, we can all go back to a time in our life, probably early childhood, where we knew we can look back on a moment and say, yeah, it was always a calling. It was always going to be there. And whether it be through an awareness, a dream, or a tragedy, we knew that there was something different about us. And we
Right.
couldn't quite connect to what that feeling or thought was, but it definitely made us feel separate from other people, but not disconnected, different. So, many years later, I would say through my first crisis, I've always been blessed with a surrender and even an awareness to say, how did I get here? And I think if I could share anything with anyone, would be, don't ask a specific question when you want an answer.
Right.
And that always allows God to work through you.
Awesome.
So, and that really is the blessing, because we each have a beautiful gift. We're not going to have the same gift, and don't compare yourself to others. Just find what it is He wants to work for you.
That is beautiful.
With that being said, I think today I feel a lot of the beautiful energies that are going on. We just left Libra. We're going into Scorpio, and that is deep personal transformation. It's a little bit, I feel a little bit more connected to it because I have a Scorpio moon. I'm already feeling it very heavy, and it's very much letting go. And I love this group, and I will say attachment, non-attachment, and detachment 10 times.
Attached to the attachments.
Yeah. But it keeps coming back to me in my dream work, and it keeps coming back to me in my personal experiences. And I've made a commitment to myself what I want my experience to be, and it's a complete, authentic expression of myself in every aspect of my life. Right. I don't even know what that looks like, but that's where I'm going to live, how I'll live my life.
Yes.
The last couple days have been pretty intense emotionally from letting go. It's not just happening in my everyday waking life. It's happening more intensely in my dream work. And I'm being given a lot more direct message of what to let go, and maybe even some gifts, because I had a spirit guide kiss me on my third eye, and I could see through my third eye. So, if anyone's feeling pretty intense, take it as a blessing. Shed. That's the word that came to mind. Shed. Don't let go. And accountability. One thing that helped me this week is taking full responsibility for myself.
Yes.
So I will never say someone in my life is toxic. Someone in my life is this. Oh, wow, that person just brought that out in me. I don't believe that I think there are dark energies that are within us.
Yeah. And
I'm just becoming a little bit more in love with myself through this experience. And, transmutation, alchemy is a blessing, and just keep working on yourself, because through the heartache and the pain is the freedom.
Wow. You see how smart my students are? I mean, they're not even my students. We're all students here, right? We're all the teacher. We're all the student. I'm going to tell you something. One thing that Erin said that, she always says something that jumps out to me. And I'm going to say one thing that she said that I love the most was, don't compare yourself to everybody. I really love that one, because when we are in this journey, now everybody's going to have their own beliefs, and that's okay. And I will tell you something, actually developing your own beliefs, like that saying where I hear from the Buddhist says, he who doesn't seek knowledge within books or religion, but seeks knowledge within themselves and finds their own truth, that is the wise man, right? It's something along those lines. When she says that, everybody here and here on YouTube, my Instagram, everybody's going through their own experience, their own journey. All you can do is be guided. Nobody can tell you how this is going to work. Nobody, not even your spirit guides. First of all, they can't. That's against the universal law. The point is for you to figure it out along the way. It's a journey, it's an experience. And in order for us to find out who we are, you have to like investigate, right? You have to like, a detective has to find the killer by, looking into the people that were around the person who died. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going to that. I'm sure everybody here watches like those ID shows and stuff. But if you think about that concept, when a detective wants to find out who the killer is, what do they have to do? They have to get to know the victim. So when they get to know the victim, they find out this victim dated this boyfriend, so it's like us, we're investigating ourselves, right? It's like we're finding our own killer. Who's killing our vibe? Who's killing our journey? Does that make sense? Like we're basically doing an investigation on ourselves for our lives to figure out who we are, where we're going, the people around us. Are they toxic? Are they dangerous? Are they putting us in danger? Are they good for us? Are they bringing us to the next level? Are they taking us down? And that is one of the things that I had to mention about tonight, that I had the most. First of all, really quick, before I do that, before I forget, if you are going to be in Staten Island, New York, okay, because we have a special gift from one of our Angel Squad members. If you are going to be in Staten Island, New York on October 23rd at 6 p.m. I am holding a mediumship event. Medina was supposed to come. She's in our class here. She couldn't make it. She donated her $100 to someone to come to be able to get a reading. Okay. And that is a very generous offer. And if anybody's going to be in Staten Island or New Jersey area and you could drive out there, she donated her spot, and I am not going to just keep her money. I'm going to make sure somebody gets that reading through her. Okay. So if you guys are around, let me know. You guys can come in. Like I said, this is going to be a very adult themed mediumship. We're sitting around. I'm going to get to as many people as I can, wherever spirit leads me and spirit guides me. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury in retrograde was a complete bitch to me. Like this time, I've never been so taken back to who I don't want to become than this Mercury retrograde. The anger, the frustration, the irritability. Like I'm talking like laying in the bed and just being itchy for no reason type shit. You know when that happens, when you're just sitting there and you're like for no reason, your face is itchy. You just like want to slap the air because you don't know what's going on. That's what I was feeling throughout this whole Mercury retrograde. But I got to tell you, it transformed me into the person I needed to be. I'm watching like some astrology stuff, and they're telling us that this Mercury went direct yesterday, Saturn went direct, and I think Pluto's about to go direct. And we have the full moon in Aries, full moon in Aries, Aries being ruled by Mars, Mars being the planet of chaos and conflict, but Mars being also the planet of action. So this frustration, this annoyance that we had is going to lead us to action right now. Everybody's going to be in the action mode. You're going to take the steps to become who you really want to become. I'm going to tell you right now, when you are here in this journey and you are being tested up and down and around, you go through a lot of different circumstances and situations, and you don't understand it some of the times, and it gets so dark. The most important thing that I could say for everybody is to have a community you can go to. I'm just going to say that right now. Without a community to go to, you're by yourself. You're alone. You're alone. When you're alone, you're in pain, and sometimes you can't talk yourself out of pain. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you'll sit in that pain for days, and it's unnecessary. When you talk about it and you express it to other people who understand you, because I want to say this too. When we talk to people around us and they don't get it, it kind of frustrates us even more. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde brought a past life person into my life. And I know they're a past life person because the second I talk to them, I'm like, what did we do in our past lives? Like he keeps like coming my way, and it's like I feel like I gotta help him, and it's irritating because I'm like, why do we keep bringing me people I gotta help? Like, hello. But I understand, like it's all a lesson, right? But besides all that, Mercury has blessed me with the ability to understand that none of this shit is my fight, and none of this is my battle. Like I'm not gonna keep doing this with you, like not spirit, not people, not jobs, not money, none of it. Like I'm over that thinking, that like negative thinking that I would put myself in. Like, I don't know if I could do this. I'm scared. I'm worried. Yes, we can. Yes, we will. And yes, we will get through this. You see what I'm saying? Because it is not easy when you're really trying so hard to just change your life, you know? It really is not. I want to see how fast I stop and let go all the way. So, anybody else want to share what they're experiencing right now? Anybody want to tune in? Medina, you look great, by the way. Your hair looks perfect and beautiful. You look really fucking good. What's the matter? Are you going through something? Because I feel like there's kind of like a, I don't know. It's like I'm getting the energy of like, I don't know what you're going through right now. Is there something going on? Like, we can't hear you. Hold on. We can't hear you. Unmute it. Unmute it. Unmute it, babe.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
I'll just say this. I realized that, going through this whole process and, trying to get to your ultimate self is, for me, it's not really a process. Like, is it really a process of what you want to become, or is the process of unbecoming who you've been? And a part of that for me is really, for self-forgiveness. A lot of times we focus on, you say, forgive others, and that's true. But I feel like forgiving myself is a huge, huge part of my process that I need to continually work on for a lot of reasons. That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of, it's funny because you say forgive yourself. Like I told you guys, seriously, I'm writing my little manifestation book, and I did all of these like affirmations and things you could say during the meditation in it that work for me, and all of this. And the last one I said, and the most important one out of all of them is forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others. If someone hurts you along the way, or you hurt yourself. And I'm talking about forgiveness in the, if you ever watched the show on Lifetime, it didn't last, which it should have, but it was a great show. He did past life regression on these women and these men. And the one thing I noticed in each and every one of them was they still lifetimes, I'm talking lifetimes later, did not forgive what happened to them. Like one of them in the 1800s died on a boat, and now his fear was to like have a family because he was afraid he was going to lose them again. And for instance, me, I know that I died in Atlantis in the water, and I still, all the time when I think about a place to live, I do not think about going near the water. You know what I'm saying? It's like we cannot move forward here in this lifetime until we forgive. Here's the thing. Like one thing that I want to say, it's hard because you're like, Flo, but I don't know what I'm not forgiving. How can I forgive if I don't know what I'm not forgiving? That's the thing. Does it really matter what we didn't forgive? I'm starting to see it that way. It doesn't, the details don't matter. As a Virgo and an Aquarius moon, I tend to pay very close attention to details, and I look into everything like with a scope, and I'm like, what is this and why is this and why? And I started to say, and I'm getting hit in the head right here when I'm saying that, like big pressure in the crown chakra. This is like the revelation. The details, they say the devil is in the details. You know why they say that? You know why I figured that they say that? The devil is in the details because when you focus on details, you distract yourself from the bigger picture. You're stuck in these little minute details where you just want to find out why, who, what, where, when, why. You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm going to tell you guys something. When I forgave someone somewhere, whatever lifetime, who did some horrendous things to me, and I believe I was a little baby when this happened, when we're talking like sexual, right? I remember working with my spirit guide saying, I want to forgive this person, but guess what? I didn't know who the person was. I don't remember. I don't know who they are, where they're from, nothing. But in the dream, they showed me someone, and I saw them doing that. And then the baby came out dead in my arms. And I looked at the person, I said, you're disgusting. You're not even worth it. And he smiled at me like, I don't give a fuck, bitch. You see what I'm saying? But I forgave him anyway. Whoever this person was, don't know who it is, don't really give a shit, honestly, at this point. But I was able to forgive, and my spirit guides helped me forgive through an avatar of doesn't matter who it is. because we got to stop paying attention to the details. The details are so unnecessary. They're so unnecessary. When we talk about finances, all that, I tend to be the type to be like, oh my God, okay, so this credit card got paid this much. I got to make sure I pay this. And sometimes I could get like really obsessive with that stuff and all that. And instead of just being like, you know what, I know that this month I have to pay it, instead of going crazy and how much money do I have saved? That, you know, I'm sorry, I'm channeling right now, so I'm a little bit all over the place, but just a few messages because I want to hear from the group. Every time I think of that and how I think, like when I count my money and I'm like, all right, I know I got 1,000 there, 500 there, 200 there. Every time I do that, that song comes in my head. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. But he says, you never count your money when you're sitting at the table. And I thought about that concept whenever I was playing poker in the casino. Maybe a lot of you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? I played Texas Hold'em in the casino and my chips would be here. And every time I counted my chips, guess what? I would lose every single time. Every time I left the chips alone and just let them accumulate without paying attention. How many reds do I have? How many blues? How many whites? You know, for those of you who even like playing cards, you'll understand this. Instead of paying attention to that, I let it go. And guess what? I would keep winning, right? Because when we're paying attention to Kenny Rogers, thank you. So I would keep winning. So when we pay attention to the details, it's almost like you're stopping your abundance. You're stopping the formula of success to come to you. It's because you're paying attention to the details and now you're worried about everything. Is that going to work? Am I going to do that right? I don't know. Instead of just being like, you know what? I put it out there. It's there. I surrender. I let go. Now let the universe take control. And I'm just going to sit here and just ride the wave, baby. I'm just going to ride the wave. Like, another thing that I've been tapping into very strongly lately, I don't think anything is bad or good anymore. However, I do feel like there's a lot of lost souls walking around here on earth in a body form, right? I know because I was one of them, get it? So like their spirit is in this body and they're walking around lost. And they think like, this is so cool and that's so cool. And I remember being that person. And I remember looking back at it and I wish somebody would have said to me, yo, what you're doing is not cool. Like, this is you're not gonna be happy if you continue on this road. And I would have saved myself so much trouble, but I don't regret anything because everything's a lesson, right? And I want you guys to know that no matter what your experience with, what you're going through right now, this is just a lesson and a transformation to your next part of your journey. So let's tune into the energy. Let's do an energy check with the room. What's going on with you, Amina? How are you? Amina?
Sorry.
It's okay.
This week I feel pretty good this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know with the retrograde. I'm not gonna say I felt a big significance.
Yeah.
Of it. Like I said, I did come up with some revelations of stuff that I definitely need to work on for myself to grow. I definitely am experiencing the whole relationship thing in reference to whether it be friends or family and the separation. And I'm kind of getting used to it. And I think it helps with this group too, but I have someone to talk to weekly. Right. So it takes the edge off of, I guess, the loneliness of it, knowing that you kind of like spirit kind of starts separating you from people. Mm-hmm. So now my focus is just setting goals and continue to work on my shadow work, working on healing pieces of me. Because I still think that there's fragments there of stuff that I haven't worked on in reference to childhood stuff or whatever. So I'm trying to search for that stuff a little bit more.
So are you referring to something you know about or something you're trying to figure out about your childhood?
Stuff I'm trying to figure out. It's not
okay. You're trying to figure out what you're trying to know.
Right. It's not even stuff that I know. You know, the stuff that I know already. I've wrote in apology, forgiveness letters or whatever case may be in reference to that stuff. It's more so stuff that I have a feeling is there. I just don't know what the hell it was, what the hell it is or what the hell it was. But I know at the back of my mind, there's something there that I still need to work on, that I may need to heal from my childhood that may be holding me back from growing even more. If that makes any sense. It makes sense to me.
100%. It makes a lot of sense to me because that was one of the things that I had to understand, but I figured it out. And I knew that one of the things was, you know, with what I experienced as a child and all of the things I saw and things I don't even remember that I saw, you know what I mean? And can I tell you a trick to figuring that out, Amina, that I did?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So one of the best things that I did when I was really quickly, I want you guys to think about this question, and I'm going to tell you the tip and trick how to discover what's bothering you from your childhood and have your spirit guide show it to you. Okay. So really quick, I want you guys to think of this question on a scale of 1 to 10. How happy am I with my life right now in this moment? So just let that sit in you for a second and find a number. Hi, Minnie. So I want to tell you guys, when I was experiencing this like first shadow work, because I was like, I wanted to know about shadow work. Oh, great. We got a lot of 7s and 8s. That's awesome. I wanted to know about shadow work. I didn't know much about it when I first started this. And then I asked God, was like, show me what is shadow work. The first stage of, I think, when you start to find your own spiritual journey is shedding the religion part, because a lot of people will be like, well, I want to do it but I feel like, you know, I'm going to go to hell, or, you know, God's going to punish me, or it's evil, right? That's one of the things you need to understand. You're always going to struggle with that because of what you've been taught. So I asked God, because at this time, who's that? Okay. I asked God because at this time, I didn't even know what spirit guides were, to be honest with you. I just started this shit. So I'm sitting there like, I don't know what's bothering me from my childhood. And I remember sitting down. I can never forget this. I sat down in the corner of my room, like right there. I closed my eyes and I put on some kind of meditation music. I don't remember what it was, but it made me like tingle. It made me tingle. It made me tingle. Like my whole aura was like vibrating. And I sat down and I was like, show me, God. I always say this, God, tell me and show me what I need to see and know. Okay. Tell me and show me what I need to see and know. So I remember sitting there and I got into the meditation. I remember doing this. I started rocking back and forth. I was rocking back and forth and I was just like, show me what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know, please. I want to remove this part of me so I can move forward. Please. I want to let go of my addictions. I want to let go of my bad behaviors. Please help me. Please, God. Like I remember just saying, just help me. And all of a sudden, I felt like a little kid who was scared, but ready to take on an adventure, like almost trying a roller coaster for the first time. And I just remember the tears started coming down my face, and I wasn't just crying, you guys. I was like, like that crazy, like letting out cry. I was in it, crying. And so I saw myself in a light that I never saw myself before, which is very vulnerable. And even though I didn't know what was bothering me from my childhood, besides the obvious, you know, like my father passing away or abuse or watching my mom maybe get abused, like things like that, there was something deeper that I wasn't understanding. Now, I watched the video, saw something about spirit guides, and from me sitting there meditating and shedding tears and just crying about whatever I didn't know, it was like the hard part was over, but like a little bit of a harder part was coming out. And then the lady said something about ask your spirit guides. Everybody has guides and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh shit. So I said, hey, spirit guides, can you guys help me with seeing what's going on? And I'm going to tell you guys a secret. When you ask your spirit guides or God or anybody to show you something, especially in your dreams, give it like 2 to 3 days for it to come to fruition, because it's divine timing and it's when they're ready and they got to gather the sources or whatever. The best thing you could do is write down on a piece of paper and stick it on your wall, something that says, in my dream, can you please show me what about my childhood is bothering me so that I can clear it and I can work on it? And so I did that. I wrote the letter and I came up with that on my own, wrote the letter, didn't have a dream that night, didn't have a dream the next night. All of a sudden they started rolling in. Now, when I tell you, they showed me first the dreams that were most recent, things that are like in this recent lifetime. And I saw that with the sexual abuse. And then from that, they started showing me that in a past life, I was sex trafficked. I was fucking sex trafficked. I was my daughter's age, and people were standing in line giving me money to sleep with me. One of my dreams showed me my mother selling me to a fucking like group. Like it was, I'm not saying this mother, but whatever mother I had, she was like, here, like she sold me. Like, and I became like this like gypsy, like guitarist. And so now I see where the trauma came, because it wasn't just in this lifetime. I was trafficked, sold. These things happened in lifetimes before. The one, why am I telling you this? Because I'm going to let you know the dreams will get very intense. So be prepared for it. You got to be prepared for how intense they will be. If you're not ready for it, your guides will not give it to you. Always understand, that is the biggest message I could give you tonight. Whatever you're not ready for, they can't give it to you, man. They don't want to trigger you. You're working on yourself. You're on your healing journey. If they show you something in your dreams and it's going to bother you, they're not going to do that. So Amina, whatever it is, be prepared. If you're ready, like I said, yo, give it to me and give it to me fast. I don't want to take forever for this. Within 7 days, I'm going to tell you, it was the hardest 7 days I've ever felt. I was drained, tired, sleepy. I felt like I was like, I'm not going to lie to you, like I was depressed and on drugs all over again. That's what it felt like. That's why they wanted to be careful with me. But I told them, no, do it. If I can give this up, I could go through withdrawals. I could stop doing toxic shit. I can handle this. And they gave it to me, and they gave it to me hard, and they gave it to me fast. And I'm going to tell you, it was not easy. So ask them to show you, and do a week, 2 weeks worth. My heart chakra right now, you guys, is burning, like as if they're like, you did understand. Of course I understood. Just because I don't talk about it, I understand. You guys have to understand this is not going to be easy. But if you want your soul to progress in this lifetime, and if you don't, that's fine too. It's all up to you. If you just want to be a regular human, do human shit, listen, you are supported in any fashion. It doesn't matter. But for those of you who just, you want to look deep within, you want to know what the fuck you're doing here, what you're here to heal, because you don't want to come back in another lifetime and miss the opportunity of being able to heal something or fix something. Well, not fix something, heal something or work on something for your soul's ascension and progression. And then you go, damn, man, I should have fucking last lifetime done this, because this shit is like way harder this time, or whatever it might be. I just feel like anything you want to know, just be ready, because some of the things that you're going to see, you're not going to like it. You are not going to fucking like it. They showed me my daughter. It was just, I just got like pinched in the hand. They showed me something. I'm not going to mention it. That's a big sign. Don't talk about that. But there's something they showed me with her that really, really, you guys, just thinking back at it, it was so traumatic that I was like, what the fuck? But I see now, because when she has these anxieties and these nervousness, and she don't want to go nowhere, she don't want to leave my side, and she has these issues of like attachment, she's attached to me completely. When she leaves me, it's like a problem. I have to like talk to her for 2 hours to make her feel calm. She'll be nervous from the night before. I'm seeing it in her, and it triggers me and it makes me angry. So we need to understand we are placed with people. This is why I feel like I'm here to heal something, because I needed to help her heal something about her that needs to heal from a past lifetime. And I pray to God that I can be the one to guide her through this. And sometimes it could be tough, because as healers, as you all are, as empaths, as starseeds, you find it incredible that you can heal yourself and you can heal others. But when it comes to your family, it's impossible. Does anybody else feel that way? Like you can heal strangers, but when it comes to your family, they just don't want to hear it. Like, it's like.
I agree, Flo. And, I said, this came up, I was talking about this to someone yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing you could do is be the example, because when they see you doing well within your own self, not what you've acquired, that's silly. Yep. But when they see you living such a beautiful, happy life, it's like, how did you do that? They'll come to you for advice, and that's what you're here for. Maybe we're just the beacon to their next part of their journey. That's it.
Right. And you can't here's the thing, like my family will be like, why don't you yell at your daughter? Why don't you hit her? Why don't you discipline her? I'm like, you know, if you saw what I saw, you would understand that I see her on her own journey, and I want her to learn on her own. I want her to make mistakes and go through the motions, because I know that if I don't allow her to, she's going to grow up like I did, which is sheltered and told what to do. Do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. And I did it everybody's way, and I never got to know who I was. I'm allowing her to find out who she is at a very young age. From now, be free. She, you know, she's listen, we're not going to get into all that, but you know, our kids show us a lot about what we're here to heal. And one of the things I notice is I tend to have grown up around very aggressive and violent type people. I don't know if anybody else has. Just like, you know, when you go to a party or something, or your house, like the dinner, they're almost like yelling at you like all the time, like, stop eating, you fat bitch. Or like, you know, that's the kind of family I grew up with. Very rough, very like in your face, telling you like, and it's not just that. And like, I seen it in my sister. She was always like violent, always hitting people, always punching breaking somebody's nose. She broke a bunch of noses in her lifetime. Then I had a dream about my daughter, and she was punching someone in the face in my dreams, and I had to stop her, like, please, no, you know what I mean? You know, and it's like a pattern we have to break, right? And I had to break this pattern for her. I'm just doing it for her. And the rest of my family, I love them, but they're adults and they can handle their own problems, and their karma is not our karma. And I'm sorry, but even your children's karma is not your karma. Remember that. I know it's our children, and we want to be like, that's my kid, and I'll go through hell. I will do anything for her, but I'm also not gonna baby her journey. I want her to be strong through it. So besides that, I felt like there's steps to, when you finally like start seeing that other people's problems are not your problems. And because as healers, I don't know, guys, I'm gonna say this, I'm picking this up right now, and I'm getting this strongly. I'm hearing a lot of everybody. You hear me? A lot of everybody in here. A lot of everybody in here tends to carry everybody else's problems with them, and you got to stop doing that shit. Like, whoever you are that this message is going to smack you in the face right now, you have to stop thinking everybody's problems are your problems, because they're not. They're fucking not. And so we could let that go. We're gonna be miserable forever. And fuck that misery shit. I'm done with it. You know, I'm done with it. Like, I'm telling you, like, I've never felt more free and alive in my life than this past 2 days. I'm going to tell you right now. Yesterday was a little bit of a bitch for me. I am ruled by Mercury, so kind of like, and I have two placements to Gemini in my chart, so it gets real intense for me during Mercury retrograde. Let me tell you. And up until like November 11th, it will be like letting that go. Yeah, exactly. Who else wants to speak? Who else wants to say something? Anybody else want to say where you're at, what you're going through, what you're experiencing? Anyone want to chime in?
I'll chime in.
Go ahead.
Hello,
Hi, Mariah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Flo. I feel so happy to be here. I feel like I'm supposed to be here. It's crazy. I feel weird, like even saying that. My body feels like hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say I'm not really familiar with a lot of the things that you guys are
Hold on. Who's that making that noise? Okay, go ahead. Say it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, you good. No. Just kind of what stuck with me so far with me being here is what Erin said, something about just like that word shed really stuck with me. Right now in my life, you know, I'm experiencing a lot of that and being comfortable with that. So I don't know, I feel like choked up is kind of weird, but
No, it's not weird. It's not weird.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to transition right now and really get in tune with my own spirit and my energy. I know I have that to me, you know, I know that it's there and I'm aware of it. I want to definitely dig in deep from what you were saying too. But definitely shedding and just that misery, not dealing with that anymore either, and just understanding that I come first and just really just practicing that. And I have to say it's been very challenging, very challenging. You know, trying to just put me first this time. So
Yeah.
that's what I have to
And
say.
also, I just want to share with
I
everybody
can't
that
hear you. I can't hear you.
you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to also share this with you guys. I actually met Mariah in Target. I was shopping, going crazy, getting ready, and I saw her and we were instantly connected. She's a Capricorn, Earth sign. She's amazing. And she shared the most incredible news with me today. She was accepted into nursing school. Today, she was accepted today into nursing school today. So that is amazing and incredible, wonderful, because a person like you, if she ever came to me as a nurse, I would be so happy. Like we need people like you in that field, right? We really do. And you're such a beautiful soul, and I want you to know that. And I told you, I knew we were gonna hit it off, and it's gonna be a connection. Like when I feel it, I feel it. My soul tribe is coming to me. Yeah, God is doing wonders right now for people who want their soul tribes. I don't know if anybody else has been feeling that lately. Anybody else been feeling that? Your soul tribes are starting to come towards you, like your soulmates from past lifetimes that you just instant connection. You know what I mean? Also, like I said, Medina donated her $100 to anybody who wants to come to Staten Island for the reading. And if nobody does, I'll send it back to her. But if so, let me know if you're in the Staten Island area. I know Mariah is going to come with me. So if anybody's in the Staten Island area, Medina from Angel Squad from our class has donated her. But if not, if nobody decides to come, I'm going to send it back to her. So let me know. Okay. All right. Besides that, so everybody remember the number of the scale from 1 to 10. How happy am I with my life? Everybody remember the number? Everybody remembers it? Okay. So whatever number you picked, the next question I want to ask you is, what would make it a 10? And if you'd like to share, you guys, and let me know, like, what do you think would make it a 10? If my life right now, I feel like is at an 8 at this moment, right now, in this very moment, is at an 8. What would make it a 10 for me? Having my Angel Squad retreat where I could work with people in person and actually touch a human, you know, and hug them and have them come stay for a weekend or two. And be able to just do the healing there and have children playing outside while we're doing our work inside, and then having them work with like painters and counselors, not counselors, but like earthy people that are just gonna like help them and like give them that energy of like, you could be whatever you want and you're amazing and you're wonderful. Somebody to like shove positive light into their aura. Like that would make my life a 10, being able to have that place that I could go to and everybody could be together and we could finally be together and just create things together like that. I can cry just thinking about it. So that's what would make it a 10. Just being able to be with the community, and I mean, like a place where people could feel at home, like where you're having trouble and you're just like, Flo, I need to come to the retreat for 2 days and just get my mind off things. And you come and we go to nature and we touch trees and we connect with fairies and we do weird shit that's considered weird. That's not weird. It's actually pretty normal, but like stuff like that. That's what would make it a 10 for me. Like that's my dream, you know, and have my own place. That would make it a 10 too. Like I'll get my own place and that's it. Pretty much it. What about everybody else? Anybody else want to share anything? Somebody said having my soul tribe, a partner to co-parent with, my own place and a job. Yeah, me too, Rebecca. That's exactly what it sounds like. Like, you know, it sounds like me. So Bree says, I'm at 5. For it to be a 10, I have to get unstuck from my situation I'm in. Being able to do things that interest me, be around people who make me feel good, just to find my identity again. Because Bree has shared with me multiple times that she was told by someone, I'm not going to say who, oh, you do have a purpose. Your purpose is to be a mom. Okay. It's great to be like to have that purpose, but that is not your purpose in the world. That's one of your duties, like to be a good mother and to take care of your kids and to guide them. But not to just be a mom. So Bree is a very creative person, and I call her my flower child. Every time I see her hair blowing in the wind and she's got flowers in her hair, and every time I see her spirit, she's by nature in these trees. There are children running behind her, but they're so busy doing stuff that she's able to like, oh my God, I'm getting the chills. And she's able to just like flourish inside, like I always see her like that, always. And she just, speaking of children, hi. Are you done? Almost. I'm almost done. Almost done. My head. Your head hurts? Go heal yourself. Do the magical powers of healing. Okay. No, I don't want to go to bed, but I just want to. Okay. 10, 15 minutes, okay? 15. Yeah. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, get off me now. Okay, let go. Okay, get off. Okay. I love you. So yeah, so she's a Cancer, by the way, and Bree is a Cancer. So the fact that she just walked in and wanted that love and wanted her mommy to be here, that right there is a sign to me in itself, right? In itself, okay. Who else do we have here? We'll get there, Bree. We'll get there. It's hard because it's difficult because you got kids, and with someone who doesn't nourish and doesn't tend to your softer side. They're more logical and more in this realm, and they don't see themselves as spiritual beings. And it can be very hard for someone who's as in touch and as in tune as you are to be married to someone who's not like that at all. It's very hard for someone. And I love you so much, and we love you, and everybody send Bree lots of love and lots of courage and lots of like self-empowerment. Can I just say something? And I'm going to say this because I know everybody's like, well, you should tell people to make it work in marriages and stay within and keep the family together. But I'm just going to tell you something. If we're not happy, like sometimes it's just like, I don't know. So like, you got to be happy. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be happy. So whatever the case may be, I'm not telling you to leave nobody. I want you to always be happy with your family, but shit, bitch, if it gets crazy like that and you feel alone like that all the time, you might as well be alone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Like I tell people all the time, you're in relationships for what? You feel alone. You're crying about your boyfriend, your husband, but you feel alone. So why stay alone? Like just go be alone. It's going to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like the love is, could be overrated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It really can. People will really act like love is the reason to do things, but it's not all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah. So anyway, so I wanted to share that. Yeah. I have a Cancer in my North Node, Lala. And she says, Cancer North Node is motherhood. And I am learning more and more and more every day. Oh my God, that's crazy. Because that's me. I'm learning about motherhood. He brings out the darkness for sure, for sure. And the other person you have in the home is very dark energy. I was at your house and I felt it very dark, very, very, very overwhelming, honestly, to be honest with you. I don't know, but we'll talk more about that. So anyway, so who else? Erin says, live in I love Erin. Live in unattachment, you guys. Erin's attached to the attachments. Remember that? Yeah, she's still attached to it. No, but for real, I get why she's saying that. Attachments are a big thing. Like we have to let go of the attachments, right? Live in unattachment and hold on, because I just lost it. Live in unattachment and feel the flow of life in trust and faith, while others can feel that in me for themselves when they need. Wow. So you kind of like want to learn to let that go so you could kind of like guide people through that. And you feel like almost like there's certain attachments that kind of keep you from flourishing into the next, like, and it's crazy because Erin, what you see in yourself.
Did you ever just meet someone and you feel like, oh my, like there's just something about them that's so serene? And then you immediately feel the grace within yourself, whatever it is you need to feel good about yourself without that person saying one word.
Yes. I would say my Aunt Robin does that to me. She's a Taurus. And I'm going to say my whole life, I always felt like she brought when I look at her, I always feel like she's always like, oh, don't worry, let it go. And she went through a really bad, like traumatic time where she actually lost her mind. Like everybody thought she was going to lose it completely. She was overwhelmed. And now she's just like, whatever, it's okay. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. She's always saying that. And, you know, it's always one person, right? It's always one person. And who else we got here? Did anybody else write anything, or anybody else want to say anything about that? Okay, let me see. Congratulations. All right, so anybody else want to share what would bring it to their 10? What level are you at, Medina? How do you feel? Because I feel like the way you're giving off the energy looks like you look really like different from when we first started chatting. You almost got this glow about you. Your hair's giving me Beyonce all over the place right now. I don't know. It's just, what's going on? Like, I feel like something inside of you is like, I'm going to say why. I feel like spirit is drawing me to you. I almost feel like something inside of you is kind of giving me off like that. I'm happy, but there's something just like irritating me a little bit.
Well, I mean, there is something that I'm struggling with, but I think I need to, no, let me just say, I feel actually really good. I'm in a good place. I said I'm in about a 7.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, but there's something that, you know, I'm struggling with, but I feel like I need to figure it out.
Okay. So, because I really I was like, oh, Medina's coming. I really can't wait. Like, I feel like this would have been, but I feel like also that, it's like, that would have been so like good for you to come, but like, I understand completely. I did sense that you weren't gonna be able to make it. I did sense it, like, but I just like wish you would have been able to, but I understand you have a lot of responsibility on you. I feel like you're just like doing everything. That's what I feel like. It's like always doing everything and feeling like you have to be on all the time and not being able to step away from shit because it's like I'm feeling like, you know, almost feeling like you just have to be there, otherwise shit's gonna go wrong type of thing. That's how I feel, like that kind of energy. Not saying specifically what it is, but that's what I'm feeling. Almost like a feeling of like I have to be here, not in that place. I don't know how to explain to you. I'm getting that kind of feeling, like frustration that I want to go, I want to see things, I want to do things. I don't know who else is feeling this, but I've been feeling that lately. Like, I'm like, I do want to go. I want to see things. I want to get out there, and everybody's like got their own things going on. I want to be with somebody when I go, and like, I want to go to Sedona and all this shit. And it's like, you can though, but it's like, we have to, I think, find the stability and the clarity in ourselves before we could do that, because we feel like if we just go, it's like we're leaving things behind. I don't know. It's like a responsibility kind of energy that we kind of have to let go of a little bit here. That's what I feel. So Minnie says, I'm at 6. It can be a 10. Okay. I'm at 6. It can be a 10 if I lived in an environment conducive to my spiritual growth, more woodsy. Because you do live in Brooklyn, and in the area you live in, it's very like just a lot of concrete around, just too much concrete. It's just too concretey. And you do need that. And you need that. You definitely 100% need that. And I feel like that would change your whole life, man. I could see you right now. I'm having a vision of you sitting in a balcony, and outside of your balcony is like windows, like, you know, they're covered with windows, but you're sitting in a balcony, and in front of you is all like forest. Like, you could just see. And instead of forest, you're drinking your coffee, smoking a cigarette, chilling, maybe even smoking your joint, whatever it is, but you're just comfortable there. Life is different for you, and you don't feel like you have to just be constantly again on and on. Like, we our environment can really make us feel stable or unstable in so many ways. It could make us feel grown and strong, or it could make us feel weak, like a child, like a baby looking for a love and a hug. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see here. So I do see that happening though, 100%. And Mariah says, self-love, more than that should get me at 10. Self-love is a big one. Who else feels like the self-love? I've been working on my self-love these past, like, I don't know what happened, but like I said, Erin said it before, we all say it, surrendering surrendering, letting go of attachments. And everything is an attachment. If you think about it, you telling yourself, I'm too fat, I need to lose weight, I need to do this, that's all attachments. The discomfort that I have when I wear a pair of heels and like shoes and like a shirt, I'm like, oh my God, I look big, my boobs, I'm too tall, and I stopped. Like yesterday and today, I was like, you know what, Lena, you know what, Flo, shut the fuck up. Just stop. Like, yeah, you have a belly. You're still safe. Like I sat in my room and I was writing my little manifestation book and I was going, you know what? Yeah, I got a little chubby stomach, but I got good pussy though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might have a little bit of like, I don't have a big fat ass, but I got big titties. You know what I'm saying? All right, I don't have the perfect legs, but you know what? My hands are strong. Like I started saying, like, maybe I don't think this is good, but that's good. This is not perfect, but that's good. So when you're finding things not to love yourself for, replace those with things that you are gonna love yourself for. And I just got touched in the face. Somebody went like this to me, like I got heat on my face. So we have here to truly learn my gifts and grow in it. I live in my purpose and go and not go into doubt mode when spirit says move. Truly live in the spirit of surrender and have my loving soul tribe around me and have a loving partner that we can be in peace, but having amazing adventures. Self-love has been a big one too. All right. So this is what I'm saying. One of the things that I am so grateful for and I've learned this past week is I want you guys to understand something. Sometimes when you feel stagnant and you're stuck, I want to say this is not you being stuck. I feel like maybe your spirit's waiting till you're ready to move forward. You know what I mean? So, when you feel stagnant and you're stuck somewhere, maybe you're not stagnant and stuck. Maybe you're just not ready to move completely forward with this. So it's like, stagnation can sometimes be help. When something don't come through, it could be because something better is coming along. So I don't want you to see yourself as like, oh, it's not coming through. Shit, I really wanted that. Don't, because that could be spirit saying to you, not this. This is not yet. You have something better. We have something better for you. Just relax, wait. One thing I will say to you though, when you get the feeling that I learned, like there'll be days when my room will be a mess for like 2-3 days. I'm not gonna lie. And then I'll feel spirit be like, you got to get up and clean this room. And I'll listen and I'll do it. And I'm like, and now I know why I did it, why you were telling me. It just feels so much better. Or like, do this or do that. Or, don't eat meat anymore. Or don't do this or try to fast today or just drink a lot of water. I listen to those intuitive nudges because that's spirit guiding me along the path. And just knowing that they are guiding you, but they're not pressuring you. So don't pressure yourself. Nowhere in heck in hell or heaven, maybe in hell, but not in heaven, does an angel want to say to you, you need to do this right now or else. No, they're going to tell you, like, do it because you want to, not because we're telling you to. So they're going to, my right ear is burning. Okay. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about one more thing. I'm going to give you guys something that, I don't know about you guys. Who else feels like animals really guide them? Like they have a lot of animals like showing themselves to them. Birds, animals. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to say, because recently, especially everywhere I go, there's a hawk on top of my car driving right next to me everywhere I go. Recently, huh?
Yeah, I said me too.
Yeah, and hawks are known as guides, right? Because they have good eyesight, so they could watch over you from a very far distance. Okay, dragonflies, and that's funny, Rebecca. You say dragonflies. When one of my friends passed away, he had hundreds of dragonflies on top of his funeral, like his casket. And now every time, like I feel like his sister will like need my help, a dragonfly will appear to me, and I will see it, and then for some reason I just end up speaking to her. It's very, very, very interesting. So because I needed to be creative more and start changing what I'm doing and not just do tarot card readings and all that, I wanted to be creative with music and all this a couple of days in a row. And when I tell you this, and I shit you not, I would be driving my daughter to school. And when I tell you that the crows stopped in front of my car and they stopped, looked my way, I'm like, are you gonna move? And they were like not moving. And I'm like, what the fuck? First it was a bunch of crows and then it was one crow. So it was like, be creative with, crows represent creation. Okay. For some people, They think it's death. I don't. I see crows as a very highly in tune with the underground in this realm. Very mystical, magical creatures. They're very, 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 very smart. Very smart. They can spot out a different face. They see everything. They're very like in tune with everything that's going on. They communicate with each other through caw, bitch. I don't know this bitch. Caw. You know what I'm saying? They have the language of communication. They're very, very wise birds. Okay. So when I seen it, it showed me like create with my collective, create by myself, be one with everything. Then a mouse just happens to stop in front of the car. Now you would think the mouse is going to just cross. It did not. It stooped. It stooped in the middle of the road. And I was just waiting for, I was like, okay, mouse, I get it. Okay, let me look up mouse. I do that. Little weird insects like would come to me. And one of them was, I remember looking it up and said, beware of false prophets. And that was when I was having like these negative thoughts in my head. And it was telling me to beware of those. Like, I'm just going to say, so I'm giving you some examples of how birds will show themselves to me. A cardinal, a red cardinal, I mean, a blue jay, bluebird, all of these things. So I wanted to really quickly read this to you guys so you guys can get some wisdom out of this. This is called Animals Speak: The Spiritual and Magical Powers of Creatures, Great and Small by Ted Andrews. It includes a comprehensive dictionary of animal, bird, and reptile symbolism. But this I loved here. So exercise 1, beginning the day. All right, so I wanted to read this to you so you guys can have so you can start connecting to animal spirits, because let them guide you. Okay. So if some of you don't understand what spirit's trying to tell you, watch the animals and watch things. I mean, pay attention to the details. This is how spirit communicates with us. They are very detail oriented. They will do things that are the time, the clock will perfectly, you'll pick your head up and it's 1:11 or it's 3:33 or 2:22. They will have you, they will nudge you. And you're like, why did I just pick my head up and see 2:22? It's for a reason. So it says here, exercises for understanding the language of birds. Birds are often seen as omens, objects of worship, and even forecasters of weather, They communicate to anyone who will learn to listen appropriately. Each person, though, based upon a solid knowledge, must learn to sense how the truth of the bird's communication translates into his or her life. I'm getting pressure in my left temple here. The body and mind knows and senses what we see is significant. The flight of a bird and its direction is not accidental or without meaning. The time of flight, the place the bird appeared, and how other birds and animals responded are messages rich in the meaning for us. Nature reflects the divine within the physical world. The animals in nature are shadows of those mirrored reflections. And it says here, working with bird medicine, okay? So exercise 1, beginning the day. There was a child went forth every day, and the first object he looked upon, that object he became. And that object became a part of him for the day or a certain part of the day or for many years of stretching cycle of years. You take that as you will. So, okay. So it is the same idea that we use to begin open communication with the realm of birds. The ability to sense what is being said to us does not need to be forced if we lay a solid foundation of knowledge. And it simply involves relaxing into a deep awareness and fuller sense of self. The exercise in this book will help you begin the first thing upon arising when you wake up. Take a few moments and relax and quiet the mind. Visualize yourself stepping outside and being greeted by nature through the encountering of a bird. Mentally ask that whatever bird has the most significant message for you for this day is the one you will encounter. Mentally project the idea that the bird will reflect the kind of day it will be for you. Do you hear that? Did you hear that? Mentally, before you step outside, wherever you live, ask, show me the bird that will help me through today and guide me and tell me what I need to work on for today. Mentally project the idea that the bird will show you the kind of day it will be for you so you can be prepared and aware. It's like almost like telling your future every day through animals. Visualize this in as much detail as possible. Do not worry that that you're imagining it or that that it's a superstitious thing. This is just a door opening exercise. It helps you to begin to see and respond to nature as a source of information for you about your life. Remember, two birds that are associated with mental activities. So remember, two birds that are associated with mental activities. So the thoughts will be picked up by those bird totems significant for you. Develop a mindset for how you want nature to respond to you every day. Take time in your meditation before going outdoors to outline how you want the message to come to you. Do you want to see it in a bird? Do you want to see it in a squirrel, in a bee? What animal do you want to show you what you need to work on for that day, or what is coming towards you for the day, what to expect for yourself? If the bird appears on your right, so you could say things. This is what I do with spirit. If you tap me on my right temple, it means this. Or if you do this to my heart chakra, it means that. Or if you do, see what I'm saying? So I'll be like, I'm getting pressure in the heart chakra. Did someone pass away from a heart attack? Like, or I'm getting hit in the head. Did someone die of something of the head? This could be like a gunshot wound. Did they have dementia? Something like, you see what I'm saying? I ask my spirit guides to work with me, just like you're going to ask the birds. Okay, today I'm going to meditate. I would like to get a message through a bird. I would like this bird, if I am on the right path, to show up on my right side. If I'm not on the right path for today, show up on my left side. Okay. And if I need to work on something, have another bird appear to me in the front of me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you tell them what to do, like through your meditation, and it will work. So if the bird appears on your right, what do you wish for that to indicate? Right? Exactly what he's saying. On the left, the north, the up, down, south, east, west, flying up, flying down, whatever you want to see this as. Whatever you want to see this as. As your relationship with the birds grow, so will the communication process. Paying attention to the direction of the flight is an age-old method of listening to nature. So the right side, the left side, right? One popular belief was that a bird which flew to the right before a trip would indicate that it would go well. To the left would indicate that it would be best to stay home. I mentioned earlier that over the years, I have developed the ability to recognize what certain hawk postures and activities usually indicate during my travels. This is something that you can begin to develop now. Take a few moments a day to establish this mindset and to send the message to nature that you are ready to receive. You are programming yourself to deepen your response to nature and her varied expressions. You are laying the groundwork for communication, and you are living for nature to respond with you just as well as it is. Okay, so if you can't get the book, you can always get a Google. Go to Google. So you step in the day. I'm saying this to you guys, no matter where you live. It could be a pigeon if you're living in New York, a seagull if you live by the water. It could be a baby bird, right? Something appearing to you. Ask the question for that day. I want to know if I am on the right path when it comes to me leaving behind most situations. Or I'm about to take a road trip or travel. Can you show me a bird flying to my right to tell me that this trip will be well, or show to my left to show me that you're not? If it's nighttime, for instance, and you go out, and obviously, what really can you see at night? So maybe you see, I don't know, a possum or a fox, I don't know, something like that, where depending on where you live, right? Using spirit animals to guide you is a big, beautiful thing. I know I have plenty of spirit animal in the spirit world around me. I know that because they've showed up in my dreams. So many of them. There were so many of them nonstop. I don't know if you guys found that helpful, but I feel like that's a beautiful, helpful tool to guide you through your journey. Does anybody else want to share anything or tune in before I tune out? Because my daughter, I have to get her into bed soon. Does anybody want to say something about that? Or
can I say something, Flo? This is Amina.
Yes, of course.
It's funny that you talk about birds, because I think for a year now, no, not a year, I'm sorry, since like February, March, birds have been, I don't know, stalking me. So I know that it's a message. Birds, numbers, certain letters. So I was told that when I see these synchronicities, which I see them, no lie, like and I'm not over exaggerating, like 50 times a day, birds have like flown almost like, I thought I was gonna smash into my car window. That's how, So I was told to say, Spirit, what is the message that's trying to be, told to me? But I'm not sure that I'm getting the answer. So I don't. So it's good that you tapped on that, because I'm no lie. At least it's been over 6 months now at this point that birds and Volkswagen cars and I know it may sound crazy to people, but there's no reason why I'm seeing this stuff. Numbers,
there's no such thing as crazy. There's no such thing as crazy when it comes to remember, spirit world is a very interesting place. It's very magical and mysterious. So there's no crazy. It's just different. But Amina, I say this to you so that you can actually get guided by the birds. When you step out now, in the morning. So say, Spirit, if you are showing me this bird, because I need to look it up and see the meaning of it so that I can work on that, please have it show up on my right hand side. Or if you're showing me for another reason, just to show me that you are a spirit guide and that you are with me, show me on my left-hand side. If you want it because you want to tell me I'm using these spirit animals to elevate myself, show it to me flying up in the sky. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Ask it, don't because they'll just show themselves and you'll be like, what is going on? Like when the crow stopped in front of my car, it stopped in front of my car. And again, the crow said, stop for a moment and get into your creativity. Really go into your magical, mystical self and find out more, dive deeper into who you are creatively and expressively. Stop and figure it out. Stop, don't rush, don't run through this, like take your time, right? When the mouse stopped in front of me, the mouse, you think about the mouse and they're very intelligent and people find them to be rodents and pests and all that, but they're actually very intelligent animals, and they can find their way through mazes, and they actually will show somebody if the water is coming towards you, they'll show you where to go safe, where there'll be no water. They'll guide you. You understand what I'm saying? So think about that for a moment, okay?
Okay.
So will help you a lot. So you don't get all confused. And remember, ask spirit. You guys, working with spirit is so beautiful because you can ask them what is overwhelming for you. You could be like, guys, you're my spirit guides. And I know there's a lot of spirit connected to me because a lot of us have a lot of energies connected to us. Ask your spirit guides to take control of that and just like get an order going. Like, I need more organization. If you show me an animal, show me one animal a day so that I don't get confused with all these different ones. If you're gonna speak to me or communicate with me through spirit, please take the message and one person refer it to me. That's what I do during readings. If I just let every spirit talk to me, what do you think happens? I'm confused. I'm lost. So I ask spirit to bring me the most important, valuable messages for that moment, and then I project it out onto the person. You see what I'm saying? You take control and know that you have a team around you. Work with your team, not against them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. I love you guys. Love and light to you all. I hope you enjoyed this class. I know I did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you guys if you need anything or anything, just text me or whatever. Let me get to my daughter. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. And I hope you guys take this message and let the universe guide you, because you're all so in tune. Once you ask spirit for help, they are going to be there for you 100%. You just have to show them how, because they're not in your human form. Remembering this will really help you a lot. Their spirit, their energy, their vibrations, they're all over, right? Remembering when your vibration is on a higher level, you'll attract higher level of spiritual energy. When it's on a lower level, you're going to attract that kind of spiritual energy and vibration. So ask spirit, if you have to write stuff down, how you want things to communicate with you, show me a color if it's you, show me a sign if it's not you. If it's not you, I'll be confused and angry. If it is, if this person is bad for me, make my stomach tickle, make me feel funny. If this person is good for me, make me feel calm. You see what I'm saying? You got to give them direction. They're not in the human form. They're not understanding what you're experiencing right now. Some of them could be people, humans, transformed into a spirit, and some of them could be angelic beings that never experienced being a human. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Communicate with them in that way. I love you guys. Love and light to you. I will see everybody later. Love you guys. Bye.
We love
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Thank you,
Everybody
everyone.
on YouTube. Bye. We love you guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good week.
Love and light.